Really, really? Hi. Say hi, Kerrigan. Say hi, YouTube. Hi. Thanks for watching me. Hi. Alright, so our little sweet one is 2 months old. My, how the time goes. And she is growing so fast. It's crazy. So she has the reflux, which I hope getting the tongue tie revised will help. And I have a very overactive letdown that she struggles with, and that might get resolved. Things like that. Oh, nice burp. The good news though is it is not impacting her ability to get enough milk and like her weight gain. Kaladin had a lot of trouble with that, and it took a long time for him to get back to his birth weight. In fact, it took a month. With her, it took like a week. She had her 2-month appointment, and she weighed 15 pounds and 12 ounces. So yeah, she is growing. She is packing it on. There's the, like, you know, the growth chart. It's got the curves. So here's the top curve, and here's her. Like, she's above it. She's off the charts. My big girl. This is a 3 to 6 month sleeper. It is granted a little bit big, but yeah, it's kind of crazy, huh, girly? So this is my little sweet one. She is able to hold up her head. Hi. She's able to hold up her head pretty well. You want to show them? So yeah, look at me. I'm just looking all around. Huh. And she's quite social. Say hi, Kerrigan. Hi, baby girl. Hi, sweetie, sweetie. Hi. She is big on smiles. Let's see if we can show them their smile. Hi, baby girl. Hi, baby. Hi, Kerrigan. Hello. Hi. Hi, sweetie. Hi. Hello. Yeah. Hi. Hello. Hi. Anyways, as you can tell, she is cooling. She can push herself up when she is on her tummy. She can kind of roll over a little bit. Like, I've seen her on the bed where she'll be on her back and she'll kind of get onto her side. So she's working on that too. She desperately wants to sit up. There's a lot of times where we'll be kind of like reclining her like this, and she'll be like, and she wants to sit up really bad. But you're still way too wobbly for that, huh? So like I was saying, she does have reflux. I realized this when she was 4 weeks old, that the symptoms she was having was not just normal newborn symptoms, and not necessarily normal tongue tie symptoms even. She's kind of a combo between actually spitting up and silent reflux. So sometimes I will hear her randomly swallowing it down, and this could be like way after feeding. So it wouldn't, you wouldn't think it's just like the normal amount that just comes up because their stomach is not mature. She will make kind of like faces sometimes when that happens. She does actually spit up. Sometimes it's even projectile vomiting, and this can be, more than an hour after she ate. Or sometimes it'll be like curdled and yucky. It was definitely in her stomach for a while. She also will, she claws at me a lot, which I never would have put 2 and 2 together if not for a YouTube video that I found, that I stumbled upon. When it finally clicked, and I Googled reflux in a 4-week-old, and that came up. She does not like laying flat. Especially, you know, I can just tell some of the nights where she's having a harder time with it, and there's definitely a difference when she is more upright at a recline. She sleeps in her rock and play, which one of the doctors I took her to for the reflux was not too pleased about that, but that is how she sleeps well and keeps her from suffering too much. And I think it's a relatively safe place for her to sleep. Coughing occasionally, like snuffliness. The snuffliness not so much, but the coughing is here and there. There's also, like, she'll be gagging and choking, like during feedings. She will fuss and pull away and kind of like stiffen and fight feeding sometimes. Sometimes she can be starving, but if her stomach really hurts, like she'll be starving and rooting, but then she won't actually want to nurse and refuse to nurse. She'll arch her back, she'll like stiffen up, like she's in pain. She has apneas. This is kind of a new development, and that's been kind of frightening for me, I'm not gonna lie. This one night she was in her bouncer chair and she was sleeping. She likes that because it keeps her nice and upright without putting pressure on her tummy like a car seat does. And she just all of a sudden and it took her like a little while to catch her breath again. So that kind of scared me and Justin, and I've here and there I've heard her do it, whether she's sleeping in the bouncer or her swing or in her rock and play or even when I'm holding her. She wants to nurse a lot for comfort, and then with my oversupply and forceful letdown, it's just not a good combo for her stomach as far as gas, and she has very mucusy poop. Not all the time, but often, and so she's getting a lot of formilk with her tongue tie. It's making it hard for her to handle the letdown, and then again, if she's getting like waterboarded basically while she eats, that doesn't really help her reflux either. It's just kind of like this just perpetuating cycle, downward spiral kind of deal. Hi, sweet girl. Basically, there's a reflux infant support group, RISA, can't remember what the A stands for, or maybe it's of Australia, I don't know. Anyways, it is an Australian website, and they made a checklist that you can mark off all the symptoms that your baby is having, and you can write down all the things that you've tried so far. Almost every single thing was marked, and I'm just kind of floored that her doctors are still not taking it seriously. At her 2-month appointment, he again just kind of blew it off as, you know, normal, and he did say he wanted me to talk to the lactation consultant. She wasn't there, at least she wasn't answering her phone. He wanted me to try to decrease her intake. He thinks that she's taking in too much, and that was what was causing it. I mean, on one hand, I get what he's saying, because there's the oversupply and the forceful letdown. On the other, you can't really overfeed a breastfed baby because, yeah, if they're not hungry anymore, they just stop. It's not like a bottle where it keeps coming out and then they keep swallowing so that they can breathe. It stops, except for when I'm having like crazy letdown, it'll keep spraying. But for the most part, if milk is coming out, it's because she wants it to come out. So things that I've read is that you can't really overfeed a breastfed baby. And you know, I'm not gonna deny her nursing if she wants to nurse. So he told me, you know, one way is to try to like pump off some of that excess formilk and then feed her. So I've done that a few times. It's really hard to do it every single time. Obviously it's not real feasible in the middle of the night. Sometimes she'll take a really long nap and then she'll wake up and be famished. So then she'll have already skipped the early hunger cues and be like to the point of crying, and I'm not gonna sit there and pump while my baby cries and wants to nurse. I'm just gonna nurse her. But I do try to do like laid back nursing or upright nursing as much as possible, like in positioning as far as to help with that, so she can handle it a little bit easier. But yeah, I mean, we're having a little bit of a rough time with it, but I want to see how getting her tongue released does, and if that still doesn't help it enough, then I will go back to the doctor again, and this time I will insist on getting a referral to a GI specialist so that we can look into this further, because I mean, I know a lot of babies, it improves by the time they're sitting unassisted.
But it just seems mean to just let her suffer in the meantime. I mean, I don't relish the fact of putting her on meds, but I also don't relish the fact of watching my baby suffer, so it's just very hard. Hi, sweet girl. I know, see? I'm getting a little fussy, huh? Mainly, life is pretty simple for a 2-month-old. They just like mommy's minis, huh? Mommy's milkies. And she loves staring at her hands. She's starting to learn about her hands and what they are and what she can do with them. She's starting to learn that she can suck on them to self-soothe if she like loses her pacifier or whatever. It's like before it just was kind of like flailing around and she'd happen to get her hand in her mouth. Now you can tell that she's doing it on purpose. Hi. And sometimes she's been starting to grab onto her muslin blanket and kind of bringing that towards her mouth as well. Hi. Hi, sweet thing. Oh. She's definitely getting more expressive and cooing a lot, communicating. Hi. Yeah, you want to show them your smile? Hi. Sweet girl. Hi. She loves her brother. She loves looking at him. They just love interacting with each other, and it is quite adorable. She really loves her swing. She will sleep great naps in it. So, well, sometimes her naps are short in like 30 minutes, and sometimes she will nap for like 2-3 hours, sometimes a little bit more than that. She also really sleeps well in the rock and play. And the car is hit or miss. Most of the time she doesn't mind it, but if she really, really wants to nurse, she would be very upset and hate it. Speaking of things she hates baths. She hates them, just like her brother. She screams like I'm trying to murder her.
Alright. So I think that's all. We're gonna make a separate video about tongue tie for sure. But for now, I think that's all that we can think of. There's not a whole lot going on because I'm still a little baby. I'm still quite little. Okay. Say bye, YouTube. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. Bye, guys.